Hey everyone, and a huge congratulations. You got the acceptance letter, which is awesome. But now comes the next big question, right? Where are you going to live? Today, we are diving deep into that exact decision, the classic showdown between a university hostel and a private PG. Let's figure out which one is the perfect home base for you. So, all the celebrating is done, you've made the big announcement, and the excitement is absolutely real. But right behind that happy feeling is this giant logistical question mark. And it's a big one, because it's going to set the stage for the next few years of your life. Yep, you heard that right. Before you even crack open your first textbook, you got to figure out where you're gonna live. And this is so much more than just a place to crash. Seriously, this choice impacts everything: your friends, your studies, your daily routine, even how quickly you learn to be independent. It's a massive decision. Okay, so let's kick things off with the traditional choice, the one most people think of first, especially if you're a fresher, living right on campus in a university hostel. The whole idea behind a hostel is total immersion. You're not just going to the university, you're living it 24/7. It puts you smack dab in the middle of everything: academics, social events, the works. It's that complete, quintessential campus life you see in movies. And the pros are pretty compelling. First off, the convenience is just unbeatable. I mean, waking up 10 minutes before class and still making it on time? Yes, please. Then there's the built-in community. You're surrounded by people in the same boat, and that's how you make those lifelong friends. Plus, with 24/7 security and clear rules, there's a real sense of safety. And the fact that your fees usually cover food and bills makes budgeting super, super simple. But of course, let's look at the other side of the coin. That structure can sometimes feel, well, a little restrictive. We're talking curfews, rules about visitors, and the facilities can be a bit of a gamble. Some are amazing and some, well, haven't been updated in a while. Privacy is another big one. You're probably going to be sharing a room, and you can get stuck in the campus bubble, kind of cut off from what's happening in the rest of the city. So what if you're someone who's craving a little more freedom? That brings us to our second option, heading down the private PG or paying guest path. A PG is all about one thing: independence. This is the route for students who want to be the boss of their own schedule, live by their own rules, and just get a taste of life outside the direct supervision of the university. It's all about flexibility. And that freedom is a massive plus. We're talking no curfews, no strict regulations. You get to choose your location, your room, your amenities, the whole shebang. It also means your social circle can get way bigger, because you'll meet people from other colleges, maybe even young professionals. And the big one for many, you can usually find a single room, giving you your own private space to just breathe. But all that freedom comes with a whole lot more responsibility. That daily commutes, it can eat up your time and your money. Your costs are no longer fixed. You're juggling rents, electricity, Wi-Fi, food. It all adds up. Making friends takes a bit more effort. There's no built-in community. And honestly, the safety and reliability checks are all on you. You've got to vet the landlord and the neighborhood yourself. Okay, it's time for the main event. We've looked at the good and the bad, so now let's put these two options head to head. This should really help make things crystal clear. When you strip everything else away, it really just boils down to this one fundamental choice. What are you looking for most? Is it the convenience and ready-made community of a hostel, or is it the total freedom and independence of a PG? That's the core question you have to ask yourself. This table right here is golden because it lays it all out so perfectly. Just look at the differences. On campus versus off campus. No commute versus a daily one. Fixed, lower costs versus variable and likely higher costs. And see the huge contrasts in freedom, privacy, and social life. One is basically managed for you, the other is all on you. It's the perfect snapshot of your two choices. So, with all this information on the table, how in the world do you actually make the right call for you? Let's break down a super simple way to think about it. Okay, a university hostel is probably going to be your best bet if you're a first-year student or new to the country. It just makes that transition so much easier. If your number one priority is convenience, if you like having a bit of structure and security, and if you're on a tight, predictable budget, then the hostel is almost a no-brainer. Now, on the flip side, you should probably lean towards a PG if you're someone who really, really values your independence. If you absolutely need your own quiet space to focus, if you're confident you can handle a commute and a changing budget, and especially if you're a senior who needs flexibility for things like internships, then a PG is likely where you'll be happiest. But hang on, here's a little pro tip for you. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing decision for your entire degree. A ton of students do kind of a hybrid approach. They start out in a hostel for the first year or two to settle in and make friends, and then they move to a PG for more freedom later on. It's a really smart way to get the best of both worlds. So, before you sign on that dotted line, here are your final marching orders. First, if you can, go see these places in person. It makes a world of difference. Second, talk to people who actually live there now. They'll give you the real, unfiltered scoop. And finally, and this is the most important one, sit down and make a list of your non-negotiables. What are the things you absolutely cannot compromise on? Budget, commute, privacy, safety. Get it all down on paper. At the end of the day, this isn't just about renting a room. It's about choosing the backdrop for some of the most memorable, defining years of your entire life. So the final question I want to leave you with is this: where will you not just live, but where will you truly thrive?